What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. I know you guys saw the title. I'm just as disgusted as you. I had to run to go get me a drink for this one because let me start by saying that we don't know if any of this is true. These are just allegations, but y'all, the Ricky Martin and his nephew thing was too much for me not to talk about. It was too much. What's up? I see you guys are in the chat. Y'all. So there's a few words that I can't say. So I'm gonna try to as we're going and I'm telling you guys what's going on, I'm not gonna say the actual term for sleeping with your relative. I'll just say they dated. I'm not trying to get in trouble. Okay, so let's start. We're gonna ease our way onto the Tasha case stuff, but for the time being, let's start with Ricky because this is some crazy ish. So we had kind of heard a month ago that something was going on with Ricky and potentially somebody who he was dating who was not his husband. Because as you guys know, Ricky Martin came out of the closet years ago. He's married with children. So that's Ricky with his husband. They like to take pictures like this together all the time, frolicking on the beach and stuff like that. And he has two kids as well. So he's married with children. But you know what they say about celebrities. You can buy your way into anything. You can buy your way into people's hearts. You can sleep with whoever you want to. And all I can say is all of these things are alleged, but I would not be surprised if some of it is true. So, just to protect myself. So these are his kids and his husband. Looks like a happy family. Ricky Martin is pretty much up until this point, he's been one of those celebrities that's been pretty clean. Um, Outside of coming out as gay a long time ago, he's not really had any scandals until now. Even when I was looking for pictures and stuff like that, there's no pictures of this man crying. He leads a very squeaky clean image and squeaky clean life, but it's those the ones that you got to watch out for. The ones that are too good to be true. Wait, he has four kids? Oh, okay. Well, y'all, chalk it up to my head, not my heart. Um, if he does have four kids, maybe I'll do some research while I'm live and pull up those pictures. But for right now, let's get into these allegations because they're pretty juicy. Um, this was the worst picture I could find of him, so I guess he's not doing too bad. So let's start. Ricky Martin's nephew filed a restraining order against the singer, alleging physical and psychological abuse in their 7-month relationship. If found guilty, Martin could face up to 50 years in prison. Ricky Martin's nephew has filed a domestic violence restraining order against the Puerto Rican singer, saying that Martin was physically and psychologically abusive during the 7-month relationship. American songwriter reported that Dennis Yadel Sanchez, 21, said upon ending the relationship with his uncle, Martin did not take it well and continued to contact him and loiter outside his home. So, just to give you guys a little insight, this is the nephew. Um, on July 2nd, Sanchez went to the police to obtain a temporary restraining order that was granted, according to the magazine. El Vocero, a Puerto Rican newspaper, reported the order was signed by Judge Reza Cajigas Campbell. Sorry, guys, I know I'm butchering this. Uh, Campbell, who summoned the parties to a hearing in the municipal courtroom of San Juan Court later this month. The next day, Martin tweeted the protection order against him was based on completely false allegations and that because it was an ongoing legal matter, he cannot comment further. According to Marca, a Spanish news organization, the nephew's name had previously been protected under Law 54, the Puerto Rico Domestic Abuse Prevention and Intervention Act. Marker reported that Eric Martin, one of the singer's brothers, identified Sanchez. So at this point, the family is outing the boy. Now he's 21, guys, so it's not like he's a child. Just FYI. But the family outed the nephew and identified him to kind of help Ricky save face. So I don't know. Mr. Kelly's family did the same thing for him because that's where the money was and that's where the money resided. They followed his lead, even though that man was doing some horrible things. He's reportedly the son of Martin's half sister, Vanessa. Marty Singer, an attorney for Martin, denied the claims. In a statement to People, he said, unfortunately, well, before I get there, let me say this about celebrities, because I think oftentimes celebrities are able to get away with so much because they control the bag. And I think that leads them into, I think for some people who have that screw loose, normal sex is no longer satisfying or gratifying. I think that for the Epsteins, and if this is true for the Ricky Martins, normal sex is boring. And if you could date or have taboo type situations, that will get them off. Because there's no reason that Epstein, a billionaire, would have needed to go after little girls. He went after little girls because it was taboo. He went after little girls because I think there was an element of, I can do whatever I want. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I could buy and sell all these people. And I think that for a lot of celebrities, that's how their minds work. For a lot of people, not just celebrities, but a lot of people with crazy amounts of money, they can date any woman or any man that they want. They can have orgies and they can bring drugs on airplanes. Everything that normal people can't do, they can do, and they can do it 10 times as they can do it 10 times as wrong and get away with it. And there's not really much more taboo than sleeping with a relative. It's actually pretty disgusting. A blood relative. Okay, so let's continue. Hold on, what are y'all saying in this chat? This is shocking. They have to enter forbidden territory. It's about power, money. Ricky Martin has a husband and some marital issues a couple years back. I wonder what, if anything, did the husband know? I don't know, but for me, like I'm saying, I think a lot of times what happens with these people is they know and they don't care. I definitely think that Drea Kelly knew what was going on to some extent or chose to overlook things because while the money was good, what would be the point? She didn't even live in the same house. I think that Cosby's people knew. I think people around him knew. I think Hefner, I think people around him knew, but oh, I don't believe it. It is far-fetched, but stranger things do happen. Ciao. What's up, Shay? It's so crazy. Y'all, it is crazy. What's up, what's up, Amy J? What's up, Onyx? Okay, so let's continue on, y'all. Um, the Marty Singer, an attorney for Martin, denied the claims. In a statement to People, he said, unfortunately, the person who made this claim is struggling with deep mental health challenges. Ricky Martin has, of course, never been and would never be involved in any kind of romantic relationship with his nephew. It's not for me to say, y'all. Yeah, I just report the news. This is so horrible. Why are we like this? Because y'all are just as messy as me. A court date is set for July 21st. For that country, that dating a relative, I don't want to say the word, is considered a felony, punishable by 50 years in prison. Martin, so in the chat, tell me if you guys so far think that this might be true, or do you think the nephew was trying to extort him for money? Y'all can put don't tell me the nephew is pregnant. Stranger things have happened, Colby. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Um, have I watched the Kevin Gates interview? I have. Hilarious. Oh, the tie. Kevin Gates, that guy who I showed you guys a while back who had the shape like a woman, admitted that he was sleeping with his cousin, and when he found out, he wasn't going to pull out. If I have time, I will find that picture and put it up. Mim, see, Ricky is worse than Pookie. Oh, they think it's extortion. The court date is really on your birthday. Hopefully, I have a show so we can celebrate you. Just simply, I believe something weird happened. Uh, we're getting there next. Y'all, I be telling y'all this stuff is crazy. I had already told you guys about um Lori Harvey's mom dating two cousins and having children by both of them, which is not exactly dating your relative, but when you have children by two cousins, that makes your daughters relatives. And then the Jacksons, one Jackson wife left one of the brothers and I think ended up marrying Jermaine, and they both have kids. So some of the Jacksons are cousins and brothers and sisters, like Marjorie Harvey's children. Steve Harvey. Y'all, we got Woody Allen eventually dating, or I'm sorry, marrying his adopted daughter, Soon Yi. So, I mean, this isn't new for Hollywood, as horrible as it sounds. Um, so anything is possible. Spill it. It wouldn't shock you. Y'all, I'm giving this a 50-50. I don't know. I want to see what evidence the nephew brings because you never know. Now, if this is true, I mean, if this is fake, this is horrible because now this is what Ricky Martin will be known for. His brand, his career is absolutely tarnished. I hope that is not true, but I'm not naive enough to believe that stuff doesn't happen. So it could possibly be true. As horrible as it is. So somebody brought it up. This was the next little quick topic. Dating relatives is not new to super rich people. And we got Elon Musk's dad. Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, billionaire, dude who owns Tesla, tried to buy Twitter. Hold on, let me take this comment off. Joe Biden's son married his deceased brother's wife. Yes, I do remember that. So Elon Musk's dad claims he had a second child with his stepdaughter. Disgusting. So that means that you had a child with your ex-wife's daughter. This is some disgusting ish, y'all. I can't make this up. Rich people do some crazy things. We knew that they, dabbled in like drugs and stuff like that, but now with all of this child stuff and relatives, and we got claims that Portia's baby daddy with the animals, which which ties into the Tasha case story that we're about to do in a minute. But yeah, the Royals and family entanglement. Yes, you're absolutely right. One of the Queen's sons, she was able to help him get out of having to go to trial for what he allegedly did with Epstein. Like this stuff is horrible. This stuff is absolutely horrible. The family is messed up and creepy. And to think that Amber Heard was sneaking Elon Musk into Johnny Depp's house to sleep with him, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Again, I hope that this Ricky Martin stuff is not true. I did find a bad picture. Oh, also, guys, that's not over. Ricky Martin, on top of what he was facing with this, he has a $3 million lawsuit because he wasn't paying his manager commissions. $3 million is a lot of commissions not to pay somebody. And we know I think Ricky is actually acting now. So it's not like he doesn't have the money. I don't understand why he's not paying what he's supposed to be paying, but this was the worst picture I could find of him, y'all. The beard saves his life most times. I also thought it was a little weird that is it just me or do they kind of resemble each other? Is it like the chin? Something about him and his husband, they kind of look alike. I always find it weird when people find so much beauty in themselves that they marry or get with somebody who looks like them. But I could be off on this. But I think they look alike. um, so we're moving on. Y'all, I have kept you guys abreast of the Tasha K stuff since it began. Tasha K versus Cardi B. Um, I gave you guys updates. I let you guys know when Cardi won. For those of you guys who don't know, if you've been hiding under a rock, Cardi B sued Tasha K for defamation, and she actually won, which typically doesn't happen. When you sue for defamation, chances are you're not going to win. She won, and they gave her a $4 million settlement. And that's when we had Tasha K going all around telling people she ain't got it and making like a joke about it. So yesterday, people were sending me Armand Wiggins clips, and apparently Tasha K got into it. So Tasha K literally had to be forced to take down the things about Cardi B. Tasha K had no intention of taking down anything involving Cardi B until the court made her. So I'm not gonna lie. Her brand is mess. Her brand is gossip. She goes a little deeper than I would. Like a little bit later on, they released pictures of her house. I'm not releasing pictures of her house. If you want to check that out, you can go to Armand Wiggins show. But the woman goes in on people, and just recently she went in on Iggy Azalea. She was talking about her butt being fake and about to fall off. Then she alleged that she was dating Tory Lanez. So TMZ ran this story. Iggy Azalea claps back at Tasha K over jabs at her child. But is she dating Tory Lanez? So the reason that people think that they are dating is because they were spotted together, and then let me show you. Take this comment off. While I'm doing this, where are we at on likes, y'all? We got to get the likes up. We have over 100 people in the building. Please hit the like button for me. It really helps my channel. Um, Definitely hit the like button in this while I get this story queued up. Take this comment off. 51 likes. Y'all, we can do better. It is a free way to support the channel. We are all here enjoying each other on this here Saturday evening. Hopefully you guys have a drink like me. Hit that like button. You said no resemblance. Okay, that's fair. Um, so anyway, we got the dating rumors were fueled more Wednesday when Iggy cooked up a batch of oxtail and Tory went out of his way to let the world know the food was bomb. But this is where it gets tricky. Enter Tasha K, who went live and insinuated Iggy allowed Tory to get fed before her 2-year-old son Onyx and needs government assistance to pay for childcare. Remember, Onyx's dad is Playboy Cardi. Well, Iggy stepped up and threatened to sick her legal team on Tasha K, a move that could easily put the blogger deeper in the hole if she blows another case. So, y'all, this is where it gets funny. So, look, whether this woman is dating Tory Lanez or not, I don't think the problem was that Tasha reported on that. I think the problem is the fact that she alleged that this woman had fed Tori before she fed her son. Like you just don't put people's children in stuff. Uh that ain't no oxtails. What am I drinking? This was a Casamigos margarita. Um, but the point is, why would you say it? Tasha has a million subscribers on YouTube. She literally could tone it down, but she refuses to, which is what is so frustrating. The woman has amassed a million subscribers, y'all. That is no fault, like small feat, especially for the type of work that she does on YouTube. The problem is you keep feeding your subscribers BS. So this whole time she made a joke, I ain't got it, I ain't got it, I ain't got it. She kept saying she gonna take it to the appellate court, the appellate court. All these things were like a joke, and it brought people back to her channel. She had dropped down under a million. Then when she came out joking and playing, and people saw she was in a good place, they resubscribed to her, or she got new subscribers, so she's back at a million. But even with a million subscribers, for a $4 million settlement could take anybody out. So what she did was, while she's flashing the shiny object, I ain't got it, I ain't got it, she sells her husband the house that they live in. So now it's all under his name as a way to protect the asset. I have a friend who's a real estate insider, so a little bit later I'm going to reach out to him to see exactly how much she sold that house to him for, because that's public record. Again, I won't show you the house. Armand Wiggins did a video yesterday where he showed the house and went in depth with that. That's not really what I'm doing here, but if you want to see it, it's there. She sold the house to her husband, um, but then took it a step further and moved out of the house. And I believe she said she's now living in an apartment and driving a Prius. She had to give up her Escalade, and she's renting her home for 5,000 a month. So she went online, y'all, and was crying about it. Now, I think that part of it was acting. Before I get into this, I'm gonna drop the link, guys. Anybody's welcome to come up, but remember we got to stay on topic, specifically about Ricky and Tasha K. Um, but anyway, she was like crying or whatever. She didn't have on any makeup. You could tell she was in her new house. I don't know how much of it was true and how much of it was just to entice people to go to her app, because she was consistently saying she's going to talk about it on her app. Her app is $12. If anybody wants to go and subscribe and let us and report back to this channel about what was going on, you are more than welcome to do so. I ain't got it. Hold on. I ain't got it. I ain't got the $12. So if any of y'all are subscribed and want to fill us in about what happened, I'm here for it. But for me personally, I'm kind of disappointed in Tasha, because you could have you could have just had just a little bit of humility, and I think people would have rallied around you. The judge told her in this case, your lawyers ain't and she stuck with them. I posted a video a while back of her toasting with her lawyers, talking about, I love them. And even in this video, she said her lawyers were great, but you lost. And you might have lost because you were just so callous. She, remember, when I did this story initially, she was on the stand saying she's not going to stop talking about Cardi. The white man would have to make her stop. So I like Tasha, but if you lose the clothes off your back, Tasha, it will all be as a result of you. So I don't know if she's technically broke yet, but if she's had to give up her car and her home. What's up, Lisa? What's up, all the smoke?
Hey y'all.
Hey there, y'all. How y'all doing on this Saturday?
Doing all
Better
right.
than
How are
Tasha
you?
K and Ricky Martin.
Oh
Let me
gosh.
tell you something. I don't like. I mean, she might be somebody else's cup of tea, but she's not my cup of tea. So you know what I'm saying, Tasha
Who,
K.
Tasha?
Yeah.
No, she's never was my cup of tea. Cause I used to watch her just to see, what see what she was doing, but all that. all that right there. Because sometimes she don't bring the facts, and you know now that you got to have facts. You know what I'm saying? Or
I will
close
give
to
you that,
it.
Lisa. You're very right. When all of the stuff came out and I reported on the court case, she said in court that she makes up a lot of her stories and she doesn't care about embellishing the truth because it's more interesting. She literally
Wow.
said that. So you're right, Lisa. You don't really know what to believe. So do you think that Dennis, Portia's husband, was really with animals? Because that came from Tasha K.
You saw it now?
Do you think that the story that came from Tasha K about Portia's baby daddy Dennis being with animals, do you believe
No, no,
it? All the
no.
smoke.
You
Where are
got
you
to
at with
show me
Tasha?
proof. You got. I mean, something like that. You got to really got to show me proof.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You got
Um.
to come up with some real receipts, babe. I mean, videos, honey.
Yeah. I mean, my take on it, I'm like, you reap what you sow, and it's kind of like, listen, Cardi B, she's not the most politically correct, and she has said some reckless things as well. But I don't think she's ever well, she did wish death on one of her fans.
What?
One of her fan, like she wished death on one of her fans or some of their family members because they said something to her in one of like her lives, allegedly.
Hmm.
And I heard that, and so I'm like, Cardi B ain't no better, but it's just like the fact that this was like
Oh, you're talking about Cardi B or Tasha? Which one wished death?
Cardi B had like she had wished someone in her life because I guess they were criticizing her. She didn't like that. But like as far as Tasha K, I'm just looking like, why would you mess up your bag to this extent? Like all you had to do was take the videos down, and that's what happens when you have so much like ego and arrogance. It's very like close to almost like Donald Trump, where it's just like he actually believes the reality he creates. I think that's the same thing with Tasha K. She doesn't care who her stories kind of just destroy, and she's just reckless. And now life is being reckless with her.
Did you happen to see the house and everything?
No, but it's unfortunate that her dream home has now become a Airbnb.
I mean, so the house they purchased it for only 389, which is really good for 5,000 square feet. It looks like she renovated it. She did like the basement is where she films with her like
Hmm.
her wine cellar. This
Yeah.
house was perfect for her. And what I like about a celebrity, because I think of Tasha K as a celebrity, I like when they don't go and spend excess to what they actually have.
Right.
And so she bought a very nice home that fit her family. 5,000 square feet is technically a mansion, guys.
It sounds like she's in Georgia. Is she in Atlanta?
She's in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which is not far from Atlanta.
Okay.
No, it's
It's
not.
not it's
It's
not
in
Sandy
Gwinnett County.
Springs.
It's in Gwinnett County.
What she said. What's
I
up,
used to
Kobe?
live out there. I used to
Hey,
live out
Kobe.
in Lawrenceville.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
well,
in Gwinnett County.
yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear
we
you.
you being funny because the last time
Yeah,
Kobe
pretty much.
Kobe was breaking hearts, and then half the people couldn't hear him, and half the people were getting moist. So I don't. So what's up? Where you at with either one?
Well, I feel bad for Tasha. I feel there's a lot of hypocrisy going on. I think we've all said bad things about people that we didn't know for sure if it was true or not. And depending on their attitude, we may take it back, we may not. I think we've all done that. So at the end of the day, I feel this woman shouldn't need to lose her home, her whole empire, because she made a stripper look bad. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you can't slut shame someone who has no shame. What happened to this is blood shoes? What about all of that? But then in court, you turned on the light skin tears and you start crying, and then now you laughing. So which one are you? Are you gangster? Or are you a sensitive woman that was hurt by what happened? So I'm confused at this point. You know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, that's how I feel, and I feel like this woman started as what she was a waitress or something like that, some really small job, and she built an entire empire. Unlike Wendy, who went to college and who was a university graduate and all that, who went through the proper channels, Tasha started on by herself, a cheesecake factory waitress, and now everyone's laughing. Her own community is dogging her. That's the part about that I don't like about it. We're laughing at her lose everything that she built from scratch because she made fun of someone whose reputation was questionable in the first place. That's what I have. That's what I feel.
Kobe, I do hear you. Hey, Ebony. Kobe,
Hi.
I do hear you, but you have to admit that it's very callous to purposefully make up lies on somebody because she acknowledged that they were lies on the stand under oath and then
Right,
double down and say, I'm not going to take my stuff down. So that is the actual definition of defaming somebody. She
right,
defamed this woman. And not to say that Cardi has not um, acknowledged that she's done questionable things, whether it was, giving people, roofies or whatever and stealing from them or whatever. That's not what's in question. The things that she actually said were lies.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, people lie all the time. This is a business. People have been lying for years.
But you
You know
can't
what I
be
mean? That
lying.
that
You
creates
can't be
clicks.
lying up. You can't be lying and then don't back it up. You
Look,
gotta
people
come
haven't
up
backed
with
up a lot of
something
stuff. Like
back.
I've heard rumors about Richard Gere and gerbils ever since I was a kid. No one ever proved that. I'm just saying people can lie for years. That's the point.
But
What
Kobe,
So I'm
what
was
just
the
saying he didn't.
what was the gerb hole?
I'm not going there.
basically people who like to put gerbils up people's behinds as a form of act.
Oh, okay. I had never heard that.
You said you like to do what now?
They
We're
Yeah,
basically.
not
no,
okay.
yeah,
I'll
We're not
go
losing
into it, Mims, if you want
monetization.
me
yeah. I
to.
don't know about it like that. Yeah.
I'll go. Basically,
Ebony, where
Lisa.
you? No, Ebony, where are you at, Ebony?
I wanted to first, before getting on Tasha K, I wanted to quickly say that yes, it was Jermaine Jackson and Randy Jackson who have children by the same woman. So
Ooh.
their kids are not only first cousins, but they are siblings.
Oh
So
wow.
that has always creeped me out. With Tasha K and her house. Yes, from the listing that I saw, it looked like they paid cash for the house for the 380K, like you said. And then I assume that Tasha did a quick claim deed, putting the house just in her husband's name from what I saw. So if they paid cash for the home, so then they only just every year have to pay the homeowner's insurance and the property taxes, and then they're renting it out for 5K a month. I mean, we don't know how much their monthly bills are wherever they live now, and if their kid, their daughter's in private school, we don't know what their monthly expenses are, but I guess to rent out that property is not stupid because it's real estate. They can rent it out and have that monthly income. So I guess maybe she's planning on using the income from the app to pay Cardi and then live off of the rental income. I don't know. That's just where like my brain gets to moving as soon as I see they're renting it out. And I'm just
That's a
trying to.
lot of rent to get to
Ebony.
$4 million.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with
Yeah,
that.
well, if the app covers it, like at 12.99, if she has like 100,000 subscribers, I don't know if she does, that's some good money where she could pay off
Let me do
Cardi.
the math on this, Mims. Y'all keep talking. Let me see if I can get us the like how
Well, I
much.
mean, what Ebony is saying is the rent could be one thing. She can garnish this woman's Google check because anybody who is monetized on YouTube does get a Google check, and we know that they can be garnished because what was that name? All about not all about the tea. Who's the girl who garnished Funky Dineva's checks?
Oh,
Wasn't it
Michelle Brown.
Michelle A.
Yeah,
Taylor?
yeah.
You can
Hmm.
garnish somebody's YouTube checks. The bigger issue for Tasha K that I think she's going to be facing is it came out in court that she hadn't paid taxes for like 4 years.
So there's that as well.
That sucks. Yeah, you have to like
Yeah,
file
cause
with the
B
IRS.
Love said that B Love the lady that do the crowd boards with celebrities and everything. She said
Be love.
Be Love. Her name is Be Love, Be Life, or something like that.
Mhm.
She do crowd boards and everything. Have interviews with celebrities, and she said it on her YouTube channel. You gonna have to pay tax. She said they might not. She said IRS might not get you the first year or the second year, but you gonna have to pay taxes on that money. She
Yeah.
said the IRS will get you for that YouTube money. Do not play with them. They gonna come for you for their money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Mims,
Be
I
Love
did the
Life. Yeah,
math.
Be Love Life. Yeah, that's her name.
So
What? What?
Tasha K would need to have 307,930 subscribers doing the 12.99 in order to get to the 4 million she would need to just pay Cardi off. This is not even including her just basic living expenses and taking care of her family. So
Right.
if she has close to, if she has 300,000 plus subscribers, that she can do it. But I highly doubt people are paying 12.99 to get the same information they're getting on YouTube for free.
I
I
do
was
think she
just
does
doing
exclusive
that.
content. I'm not here to tear Tasha K down. I actually
Yeah.
like Tasha K.
Me
She
too.
does exclusive content on her app. I just ain't got it to pay
Dang.
$12.99. But if anybody is one of her fans that has the app and you want to come and report what she said when she was crying, I'm here for it.
You are
I
Yeah.
ain't got
insane.
it.
Like, I don't think this will be just like one huge payment. I think she'd have to negotiate a monthly payment plan, and
Mm-hmm.
she'd have to use her app to make the monthly payments. It may take her a few years to pay it off, but
Yeah.
because she is such a popular influencer and she has her website up and running, I think she could pay it off in a few years and just move on. I do
Possibly.
want to I do want to touch on briefly about, what she did wrong and her pride, operating from a place of pride, would not take down the videos when Cardi asked. Just to be fair, kind of reiterating what Kobe was saying, like in the supermarket when I was a kid, there were always the tabloids. There's still
Mm-hmm.
tabloids. So it's just like the paper version of what Cardi or what Tasha K did. Tasha was on a streaming channel, YouTube, doing it, but the paper tabloids, they
Mm-hmm.
always terrorized Michael Jackson, Oprah
Mm-hmm.
Winfrey, and
Exactly.
Whitney Houston. They did it for years when I was growing up. And I think they just kind of chose a different path. They obviously were a little different from Cardi B, but not to make excuses for Tasha, but just to say that she was not the first,
To do it. Yeah.
reporter to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I think that really, really quick. I think the difference is Ebony. Um, she was asked not to, and I think when placed in front of a jury and the jury heard Cardi asked her not to do it publicly, then Cardi sent over cease and desist, and she said she was gonna, wipe her behind with them. I think it was like it incrementally
It
got
built
worse
up.
and worse and
I
worse
agree.
to the point where I think those jury people they were saying they looked like they were in tears. Now,
Yeah.
whether Cardi was put on a show or not, I don't know. But you built the case for Cardi. I think if she would have stopped a long time ago and just moved on to another celebrity. But let me tell you guys what happens. Let me give you some background on YouTube. Not only am I a YouTuber now, but I have researched the algorithm and things like that. So let's say that Tasha K got 1 million views from all of her Cardi content. What YouTube will do is then push anytime that Tasha K has Cardi in her heading, no matter what. So you are incentivized to continue talking about this
Mhm.
person
Yeah.
because
Mm.
Exactly.
that's where your bread is going to be buttered. I have learned so much about the algorithm. I have been kicked out of the algorithm. I'm working my way back up to where I was. Like YouTube does not play. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so that's why she did all those stories and that's why those stories did so well. It's not just about your subscribers, it's who YouTube views you. Like they put you in a
Recommend
box.
you too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They put you in a box. And when YouTube started, it was all about a click, which led people to make clickbait type content. And so
Mhm.
people would stop watching YouTube. So then it was like YouTube will promote people heavily with people who watch your videos for extended periods of time. But then they started losing more viewers. So then
Yeah.
YouTube became customer friendly. So if you'll notice now, like you might see a video of mine, and after it, it'll say, um, "What did you think about this content? Was it
Yes.
entertaining? Was it funny? Was it
Mm-hmm.
annoying? Whatever." So they are putting you in a box. So Tasha K is no dummy. And if you look at your favorite YouTubers and they make videos specifically about people and they get a lot of views, it's because partly it's entertaining and partly YouTube is making a lot of money off them. So why not?
So I have a question about that. If that's the case, doesn't this help Tasha K create a case against YouTube for kind of incentivizing her to create that content, and they are
No.
partially responsible for that?
No.
Are
I'm
you
just.
are
There
you an
there
attorney? you're thinking like a lawyer now. You just built a case, but no, it's your
They're
fault.
she may have been tempted to keep making those stories, but YouTube didn't like twist
Force
her
her.
arm to do
I
it.
mean, if
Sadly,
they're
they didn't
paying her
twist
more
on
money
him
for
about
those
it.
videos that get millions of likes and they're all about Cardi B, like I don't know. I'm just thinking out there like what they possibly could be, could be thinking. Like I don't know because that if you're saying like that Mims is saying like they incentivize people who get millions on certain videos. So like if you're saying like, oh, you guys are giving me more money because I'm making this content, that's gonna be my main focus. Then
No, that would be like greed. Like if
yeah,
she's saying like, oh, they
Rob has a
recommend these
point, you
videos.
guys. We have like about 170 something
hit
people
that like
here.
button
Hit the like button. Your boy is trying to get back in the algorithm where I was at.
where he
And
belongs.
I am giving you guys behind the scenes stuff. This is something that your normal YouTuber is not gonna be telling you, but I don't mind. Um,
Yeah. Oh.
but so Ebony specifically, where are you at with Ricky Martin? Do you think he
Ooh.
did it?
I would hope not. I don't
Yeah.
even want to have the thought process that he did. I'm just so disgusted. I've been a Ricky Martin fan. I know that I'm not his type, but I always thought that he was hot and always loved his music. So I'm hoping that this is just a ridiculous story and that he did not do it.
Hmm.
Me too. I'm hoping the same thing because he a hot baby though. I like the way he came out Luca La Loca.
Yes.
He shake his
Um,
ass, baby. I like
Yeah.
that baby.
I'm sorry, really quick. Let me answer this question. How much did she make? So, okay, so again, we're lifting the veil here. Y'all are getting some juicy content. So let's say you have a video with about like 50,000 views, and it's like an hour long video, and people have actually watched the hour. You could make upwards of, I would say, somewhere between 500 and $1,000 per 50,000 views.
Oh wow.
Hmm. Interesting.
So if she had one of those Cardi videos and it had 4 million views, where people have
Crazy.
consistently watched, and then she had people, she was, what is that called,
Plus her ads. Her,
her personal ads not
yeah,
related to YouTube. She had sponsorships in
yes.
addition to her YouTube check. So let's say she made anywhere between 500 to $800 per 50,000 views where the people actually watched the full hour long video. So she could have made 10, 15, $20,000 maybe
Off that
Per
one.
video.
off that 4 million video, the 4 million, um, the video that had 4 million views. Yep.
That's amazing
Wow.
money. That's amazing money.
I'm
Yeah.
I
not
would also
making that
like to
money.
add, I think, something as well. I
Uh-huh.
believe that, hello? I
Yeah, we
believe
can
that
hear you.
we were cheering on Wendy as well for doing the same thing that Tasha's been sued for. Wendy defamed rappers and made them appear as if they were suspect, knowing that it would affect their careers. And so there have
How
been
you
a lot of
doing?
people that have been damaged. Exactly. She made money off of it. She made it a tagline harassing these men, and nobody sued her. You also have to take
But now,
I'm sorry.
Is that on
but
Wendy or is
Look at
it on
Wendy's
Little
the
Blue.
guys?
always, but
No, but
Wendy's
I'm just saying, look at
always
little Blue
say,
Ivy. She's been talked about since she was a baby. They've been calling her ugly, talking about her hair, and she's just a
Mm.
child, and she's been harassed by the press and grown men that shouldn't even be worried about her. So what I'm saying is Cardi should also develop a tough skin. Don't tell me you a thug and you a gang member and you tough like that and you crying in the courtroom. You know what I mean? Like don't play Karen when it's convenient and then hop on a album and try to act like you thug and you a writer like that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like I don't like that, you know what I mean, switching up like that. So I'm just saying we've all done it. And if it wasn't for people like Tasha, how do we know who to avoid? There's always someone who's willing to say, hey, that person is out there. They've been, dropping it and spreading it. They don't want to let us know who to avoid on the streets. That one might have this. So I actually feel the people like her are heroes because they tell us who to avoid, who got that, who's pretending like they're a nice young lady and they're not a nice young lady. They out there. So you know what I mean? I think Tasha's a good woman. She's a family woman. She's
But
married. All of
but
her kids by
Colby,
one man. She's a
but
good
Colby,
person. She
Colby,
may
Smoke,
but
talk a lot.
hold that thought. Hold on really quick. I got some super chats, guys. Hold that thought, Colby. It says Tasha K better make some arrangements or she gonna suffer more consequences. Her obsession talking about Cardi B got her in this mess. Thank you so much. I hope I said this right.
Asana.
Is it Isada?
Asada, I think.
Gabata. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And then I got another one from Fifi. She says, "Thanks, Mims. Oh, for telling y'all the YouTubers business.
Hmm.
Anytime."
But it's a
Keep
different between Tasha K and Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has been a long
hold on
time.
one second, because we gotta do this in order, Lisa. Kobe, please finish your thought. I don't want you to forget
Okay,
where
go
you
ahead.
were.
Yeah, I was just saying that, when you look at little Blue Ivy that was attacked a few weeks ago by a grown man, what did her parents do? They combed her hair and they sent her right back out in front of everyone to prove that she has tough skin. Her hair was looking great. She looked good. So what I'm saying is that everyone out there that's in entertainment has to deal with the rumors. The Look at what Lizzo. Look at how people have made fun of Lizzo and made her cry and this and that. You know what I mean? So I'm saying at the end of the day, if you're gonna be a celebrity and be out here, then you need to develop a tougher skin. We wouldn't let a man act like he's all tough like that in rap songs and then sue someone for harassment. We wouldn't let a man get away with that. You know what I'm saying? So we
That's
need to be
fair.
consistent.
Hmm.
Hey, hi, was it Colleen?
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Colleen. Give me
Colleen.
Hey,
1 second,
Colleen.
because we got all
Yep.
the smoke and then Lisa, and then
Yes.
you're next, Colleen. So where
Yep.
were you
Yep.
at? All the smoke.
On the Ricky Martin. I have like personal just trauma because I kind of was kind of like abused growing up as a kid. So
Oh.
I know that it takes time to get to that point if this is true.
No,
So
he wasn't abused. He was an adult. He was 21.
right, but I this is I'm alleging that this was not only 7 months. If it was
Oh,
happening in the family, this was probably happening for years, or like maybe he was grooming him for years, and that's how the relationship started.
let
So
me
I
change the banner.
allegedly. So that's my way of thinking because I know how it is to be in that position. And granted, yes, I was a kid at that time, and like I didn't really know what was going on. My perception was kind of jacked up, and it wasn't until I got older that it kind of made sense. Like, oh, this is not supposed to happen between family members. So I honestly, I'm kind of like the same. I'm like half and half with you. Like, it could be true, it could be not true, but it's just like if they were able to get a restraining order from the Puerto Rican government and they have a court date, then there's something telling me they have more than enough evidence to prove that something was going on there between Ricky Martin and his nephew, excuse me, step nephew, but still, it's kind no matter how you put the step on it, they're still family.
It's not step.
Yeah,
No,
it
no, no.
is. That's his
It's his.
stepsister.
No, no, no. It's his
No,
half
it's
sister.
half.
It's his half sister's child. So they are blood related.
No, it's his stepsister because it's his sister from his father. I don't know his mother. She had from a prior relationship. They're
That
not.
makes you a half sister.
Yeah.
Does it? Mm.
It's
They
yeah.
share the
Yeah,
mom. They both have the same mother.
Oh
And they
gosh.
look alike.
Oh gosh. Well, shoot. Well, no matter how way you put it, it's still kind of jacked. But I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for more stuff to come out and see what the government or the whatever the other side has that made them feel like they have a case to like prosecute him.
Well, they have to be
Okay.
blood or he couldn't be charged in the first place. Like, how could you charge someone if they're not blood related in the first place?
Where are you at, Lisa? You had a
on here.
comment. What were you saying?
Now I wanted to say it's the difference between Wendy Williams been in the game where she the lawyer for the radio station, and for the legal representation. That's why she always say allegedly. You have it on him allegedly, so you will not get sued. Tasha K number one did not give a care. Like you said, she told the jury, "Hey, I can." When they watch that video of her talking about, "I'll wipe my ass with it." That means you don't give a care. And the jury seen through there like, "Oh, you say you don't give a care? We're gonna show you. You gonna have to give a care about something things you say." Now everything he's saying is so true. I agree with everything what they saying. But sometimes you still got to watch out what you say, even when it not be on him or even be on Sherwood or
Mm-mm.
even other block. I still sometimes I forget to watch what I say. Like one time I know I definitely had said, and I did not want a Gore to get in trouble, even me to get sued, because I said the the black W versus the white W, according to the I was talking about college. I mean Black China and the Kardashians, and I realized that, oh my goodness, Why did I say that live on the Gore show? And I did not want to go to get sued or me to get sued, 'cause, baby. I ain't got kind of money they got, baby. I'm sorry. I ain't got, baby. They didn't get
I
my
hear you.
I got right
So
here.
you
They don't
felt
give me
you
it.
felt Tasha thumped her nose at the law, and that's why she lost and deserved to lose the case. That's what you're
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can't always throw your thumb up there. And plus, like I said, he telling the truth. You got to watch out. Number one, you got to watch out what you say on him, because
But
people will take you to court over it. And we know America is love lawsuits, baby. America love lawsuits. Okay, and they would take you anytime somebody take you to court over hot coffee, took McDonald's for hot coffee, and that's why they tell you now at McDonald's, be cautious. The coffee is hot.
I'm with you, I hear
Yeah,
you,
you know what I'm
Lisa.
saying. So I can truly understand, but now it's a difference between Tasha K and Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams always say allegedly, even though it was true, even though she said in our church, she said, I don't know why we see him saying allegedly. We got the facts right in front of her, but her legal team will tell her in her ear. Her legal team will tell her say allegedly because they don't want to get sued.
I'm with you.
well,
Where
what
you at,
about
Colleen?
what?
Hold on one second.
Ah,
It was Colleen's turn. Where you at?
where am I? I'm in Australia.
No, I meant where you at with
Ooh,
the
Aussie,
topics,
Aussie, Aussie.
Colleen?
Aye.
Aussie,
Where?
Aussie, Aussie. Where am I at? I think I was going to say that I 100% think it was a stitch up and that Ricky Martin couldn't possibly do that. But after listening to everyone, I think, geez, would they charge? Oh, man, that photo.
Sorry, I'm listening. Pay me no mind, Colleen. I'm sorry.
Do a side by side because they actually really look alike.
Colin, you just like me. You know he's fine, baby. You see that fine man, you'll keep that fine man to do something like that.
Mm,
I mean, it might be the chin is why I think they look alike. It might
No,
just be
not the
me.
the body
no,
type too.
no, the nephew. The
Oh,
nephew and
gross.
Ricky look
Yeah,
alike.
yeah, they do. He looks like how
So
he did when he's a Menudo.
Aw,
look, that's the chin.
yeah,
Look at the chin.
yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
sound like we're on Maury Povich. You, Daddy is my
Um,
baby daddy.
but Mims, has he been charged? I don't know.
I think they said that they have court. Let me see.
I think in a week or so, or 2 weeks.
A
So he's
court
been
date is set
charged.
for July 21st. And somebody asked in the chat, I don't know if you were trolling us. You might have been. Where is
Oh,
it?
that person skeptic? Yeah, they were trolling.
They asked why it was wrong. Okay, so both are
Wow.
consenting adults, so why is it wrong? It's a
Because it's
Wow.
felony.
incest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't say that word,
Oh,
please. Um, it it's a felony in a lot of states and a lot of countries, and it's just kind of like, yes, you're
horribly
adults, but
wrong.
you just
Mm-hmm.
don't. That's one of those lines you don't cross.
oh,
Exactly.
absolutely.
But I think they're just trolling us. They're just funny. My subscribers are funny. Pay no
Mims,
attention.
can I briefly speak on Wendy Williams in comparison to Tasha K? Like,
Sure.
I do agree with Lisa. One thing about Wendy Williams is when she would say something sensational, because we all know that sensationalism does sell, but to me, she was always like very direct with the celebrity. It wasn't like commentary where the celebrity may just be watching your video and they hear it. Like Wendy would have the person on the show or even on her radio show, like with Whitney Houston, when she said to her, "Are you going to stop smoking crack or what?" Like she just didn't make the
Ooh.
joke, with her cold panel. She like asked Whitney Houston that outright.
Wendy, did you smoke with me? You know, like that.
Were you
That was.
there? Were you there?
She was like very
When did you
direct.
have any left?
Yeah. Like she even told like one of the members from Escape that she didn't like her body or her the way she wore her hair. She told Portia, like you and Cordell are gonna get a divorce, like your marriage is not gonna last. Like she was always so very direct with the celebrity one on one in the middle of the conversation. So that is one way where she differs. But I still, say Tasha ain't the only
Natasha
one
wasn't direct.
lies.
That was old school Wendy. No, all the smoke. I'm gonna start calling you all the mess. with these changes of your thing, you're throwing me off. That was old school Wendy. I mean, new school Wendy. Old school Wendy was pretty horrible. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the
Mm,
reason that
Yeah, exactly.
true.
Angie Martinez beat her up and she had to grab that broom to protect herself was because Angie was dating Q-Tip and Wendy alleged on the radio that her co-worker's boyfriend was gay, and that's why Angie Martinez beat the hell out of her.
Wow.
So I mean, I see the similarities to Tasha K and old school Wendy, but I also know that
Exactly.
there's a market for it. So I get what Colby is saying. You know, why are we crucifying Tasha? But I think we've driven the point home that Tasha had no, she had no contrition. Like it was just like I did it. I'm not gonna stop, and that's what it is. And she set a dangerous precedent for people like me or bloggers or YouTubers because now you can get sued for defamation and potentially win. So
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, especially when she did that interview about that guy who supposed to
Derek
had a
Jackson.
sexual relation with Kevin Hunter, allegedly.
no, that
Um,
was funny.
Yeah, I mean, cause he was. I mean, I was like, I think that's too much for me. I think that's too much for me. I just
With
had to turn her
Lisa,
off right there. You know what I'm
just to give the
saying? So
people some idea of what you're talking about, Lisa, Tasha K had an interview with one of Kevin Hunter's musicians because Kevin Hunter managed up and coming musicians. And the man alleged that he was less than clean, and Kevin Hunter went into his room and inserted himself in him.
oh my
He
God.
did what?
they
Wait,
had a
say that again.
relation they had a relationship when he wasn't like clean, and
Wait,
Kevin
I
Hunter
no, go
didn't
back to the
care.
inserted himself part. Can you say that again?
The man alleged that Kevin Hunter had a sexual relationship with him, and he just came in his room and had his way with the
Oh,
man.
you said room. I thought you said broom.
Oh,
I mean, some guys are into that, so it ain't
look,
that ain't too far from the truth, sis.
but yeah, that's what Lisa's
no,
talking
that
about.
interview right there. I mean, that interview right there. She did. I was like, child, I am through with you.
Oh my
And
god.
that's at the time when Wendy and Kevin was getting divorced.
Um,
Wait, okay, so we are definitely being trolled.
No, we're not.
Uh,
Put the link out. Let Skeptic come up so we can have a conversation because I'm getting real triggered right now. I really
Cheers
am.
from
Okay, I have a
Sweetie.
question.
Yeah,
you up? What's up,
what
Kobe?
is wrong specifically?
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
drop
so
that
if we're
link.
taking
If y'all got
allegations,
something to
false
say, say
Wait,
it.
allegations
Lisa,
No,
Lisa, wait, hold
really.
seriously,
on. Wait, Lisa, hold on. Go ahead, Kobe.
if we're taking false allegations seriously, what about the women who falsely accused Chris Brown, Trey Songz, and several other men in the past when they found out that these women were lying? The public and everyone goes, okay, well, you got away, and it just goes away. No, if those men decide to sue those women, should Chris Brown sue his accusers and bankrupt her and her family, like Cardi B done to
Yes.
Tasha
He can
K?
do that
Is
if he
that
wanted
what
to.
that's what celebrities should start doing? Because I know several men that have been lied on, and their
Hmm.
careers have been affected. Chingy, another. I mean, it happens to men all the time. They don't sue anyone. They don't get paid $4 million. So I'm just looking for some consistency here.
But that's a personal
I
choice,
think the
right?
law is in I think the law is in favor now, especially after this case of people suing people who have defamed them, especially if you can go in and prove that it hurt your pockets. If it messed up your bag, you have every right to sue. I just think that Chris Brown, in his instance, because I remember this case, it was recent. Some woman had alleged she had a big, high, powerful attorney. That attorney actually, I think, did an interview with Tasha K, if I'm not correct,
Gloria
right?
Allred.
Right.
No, not Glory. It was a black lady, very put together. She was a lot of the women who were suing powerful men had gone to her and her attorney friends, and yeah, I agree with you. When she lied and it came out that she lied and her attorneys dropped her, the damage was already done to Chris Brown. Um,
Right.
what I will say, Colby, is people need to be smarter. You're having all these parties with drugs and everything else, and these common basic people who only care about getting to the bag through you. You need to,
Mm-hmm.
at this point in the game, celebrities need to be smarter, but I definitely do think that he should sue. This is kind of what um, Johnny Depp did to Amber Heard. Amber
Mm-hmm.
Heard's
Right.
allegation absolutely destroyed his career. And so, in order to sway public opinion in his favor, because he lost big time movie deals, and we learned through this court case that he is going broke, he is putting out more money than he's bringing in.
Mm,
Um, I think that this court case definitely helped him, and I think that he will be getting more movie roles as a result of public opinion being in his favor. But
Yeah.
yeah.
are you saying that they
And
should
what
not
about
sue
Ti?
Kobe?
Can Ti get his reputation back when they had
What?
spread that he had 20 women and all of
I
this
think
stuff, and
so.
he had movie roles that he started getting fired from, and now he tried to be a
Kobe.
comedian, and now his career. I'm just saying it happens to men, and I don't see the same energy. I'm just
Kobe.
consistent.
Kobe. I
I'm
understand what
just
you're saying
saying.
about being balanced,
I'm
but
not saying he's innocent, but I'm saying someone alleged that there were 20 women and with this same story, and they done interviews ruining this man's reputation on a campaign, and everyone was discussing it, going over the stories, although we had not heard one name of a person. We didn't even see a person with their voice disguised. We just took one woman's word for it that there were 20 other women who would remain unnamed, unseen, unheard of then and now, and
mm-hmm.
his reputation is done. Now he's getting trolled by basically basic comedians are laughing at him because of where his career is right now because someone took him down. Remember at that time he was doing really well. He had his TV show which got canceled. He had movie roles. So if that turned out not to be true, and where's the 20 women? They
But
don't
we
want
don't
their
know that.
money. They don't want Gloria Allred. They don't want
We
their
don't
money.
know.
What's
We
going
don't
on?
know
So
that.
if it was a lie, I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Kobe,
Like if it's
but
a lie,
whose
he should sue.
responsibility is to sue for that? That's Ti.
In
I'm
Ti's
just saying the
situation, though, that
energy.
was not. It was not proven to be incorrect. The woman
Mhm.
did go forward. The issue in that situation was the statute of limitations in the jurisdiction that they were in. I believe she was in California. This is the
Yes.
lady who alleged that Ti stuck his
Foot.
toenail up her
Yeah.
lady part, and then she got some type of infection. Look, all these people with all these NDAs, I think that everybody is adults. I just think you need to be smarter. It's kind of what I was saying a little bit earlier about you get wealth and you get prominence and you get some type of shielding from prosecution. You think you can do whatever, but not everybody is trustworthy. Colby is bringing up a good point. Are Do we protect men
Mm-hmm.
with an emphasis on black men the way that women are protected? Because a lot of times
No.
things happen to men and it's like you're supposed to brush it off, you're not supposed to cry. I
But I
think there
think
was a case. I think there was a case where a man alleged that a woman took advantage of him and he became more of a laughing stock than
mhm.
anything else. So Kobe,
Right.
I think you do have a point.
Can I answer that? I no, I don't think black, but specifically black men are given the same I guess believability as women, but I think that's a deeper issue within society that we don't always, like Colby is saying, like we don't get all the facts for things. We kind of just hear something and go with it. And I think that's something, and even I'll speak for myself, I don't want to speak for anybody else, that I have to be more aware of, like even the same thing I'm saying, Ricky Martin, I was like, it could be true and it could not be true, but I'm like, let me just see what else comes out and kind of have
Mhm.
the facts before me before I make a definitive place on where I stand on this situation. So I feel like that is something. Not that picture, man. Take that shit.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think like we as a society we should kind of just be like, okay, this is being this, like show us the receipts, prove your case. If it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. But I think we have to be better at asking those questions and looking for those kinds
But you
of
know, there was also a
accountability.
campaign. Believe
Now,
all women. Don't listen to the facts. Believe all. So we decided to not even look at facts and wait for the court anymore. We started with believe everyone that makes an accusation against a man, period. So there
It was
wasn't
believe
even
all
a will
victims,
even wait.
not women, Kobe. It was
Yeah,
believe all
exactly.
victims. Yeah.
But,
Mm-hmm.
well, exactly, all victims. So it's kind of like wait to see what actually happened. It's really gone. If you get accused of something, you, I mean, you start getting trolled for it
man.
immediately. I mean, just look at Bow Wow. Just look at someone said something and everyone's laughing. Everyone's making a big deal. I'm laughing too. But I'm just
Bow
saying,
wow.
anyone can. I'm
He
just
got
saying,
that
anyone can
good
say
But
moon.
that is
anything.
He
true.
got
That
that
is
good
true.
moochie.
But that is true
You know what I
because
mean? Should Bow Wow
Fat
sue?
just came out and said that.
He should. He should. If it's not true, he should definitely sue. That's the thing. Like, if someone is putting something out there that's not true, then yes, sue them behind if you have the resources.
Yeah,
But
because
could you
Kobe,
imagine it
you
being
got
covered
all
by
this money.
blogs, the
Jump
Bow Wow
in.
lawsuit?
Wait,
The Bow Wow lawsuit being covered by YouTubers. Funny.
Okay, so for people who don't know, Orlando Brown, formerly of That's So Raven, alleged that he had a sexual relationship with Bow Wow and that Bow Wow's pussy was good. Um, it has been the talk
Ill
of
Nana.
town.
Ill Nana.
That's funny.
Everybody's been talking about this. Bow Wow said that because he is a icon, he does not have to respond. Really quickly, I
Oh, he
got a
looks
super
beautiful
chat
as
from
a
Miss
woman.
Ray. She says, keep up the good work, Mims. I love the conversations you have over here. Thank you so much, Miss Ray. I appreciate that. I got a new member. Wait, hold up. Robin the City, thank you so much. I really do appreciate this. I got some good giveaways coming up. And what I'm gonna do is do some members only lives where you guys can kind of tell me what you want to hear, and I'm gonna give you guys show topics, and you tell me if it makes sense for me to do it. Because I have some interviews, but I'm only gonna do them if the people actually want to see the interview. And then I think I got one more super chat.
Question, Mims,
Um,
after the super chat. Ask the question after the super chat.
Sure. It says, I want to ask you guys something. What do you guys think when T.I.'s son was cussing those workers at the
Mm.
Waffle House? I think that is trash. I think that he is
Yeah.
a very wealthy kid who has grown up with people allowing him to do whatever. I saw this boy personally on a flight out of Atlanta. He was there with a handler and a couple of the other kids. He had brought his fried chicken from Popeyes because the Atlanta airport has a Popeyes in it. He was throwing stuff. He was acting crazy. One of the handlers was in like a motorized wheelchair. He was crawling all over it. I've seen this kid misbehave. Not only that, but his daughter brought a gun on a, or tried to bring a gun on the plane. These people and these kids think they have no authority because they've been given everything. And when you live in a mega mansion and your family's rich and famous, you can do what you want. I think it's trash. To answer your question, where are you at?
Entitled.
Exactly.
Entitled. Yeah.
We got two new. So all the smoke, and then we got Autumn's mom, and I think Sin joined.
I'll
So
leave the
we're
chat. I've got to go and sweep the floor.
Oh
hold
no,
on one second. Let me take Bow Wow
Miss
off the screen so I can
Colleen,
tell you bye.
Colleen, come back. Come back.
Thank
I
you
love
so
my
Miss
much for
fur
coming,
baby.
Colleen,
Colleen. I think you're my
Hi,
first
Colleen.
Australian subscriber. So
I've
thanks
been
for
with
being
you from
here.
the beginning, Mims. I've just never said hello.
I never knew your
Ooh.
last name.
She been in the
Okay.
bushes.
And you're with Shan too, right?
Sorry?
You're with Shan too, right? You follow Shan? Is that the
No.
same Colleen? Oh.
I
Well,
follow
Colleen.
Gabor. I
Oh.
follow Gabor.
Who
Oh,
wait,
so
you
who's
know,
Colleen's
are
with
you
the
Gabor.
team
shit.
are you team Garcelle?
Lee.
Oh, don't start.
I'm not
Don't
sure. I'll
start.
get back to you on that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much
Okay.
I'm
for coming,
definitely
Colleen. Come
not
back.
team Diana, and I'm
Bye,
definitely not
Colleen.
team what's the other one? I can't think. They're all the
Lisa.
same to me.
I know that too.
Well,
Lisa.
thank you so much, Colleen, and we will see you. And I appreciate you being here.
Tell the
Later,
people not straight you
Colleen.
say hi.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, all the smoke, and then we got Sin and Autumn's mom.
Yes, I have a question. So, if I become a member on this members lives, can we ask what really goes down when you go to Dubai, Mims?
He
Let
said
me
yes
think
before.
about let me think about that because this membership is only $4.99, and I just can't be telling
You said
everybody
the
all
other
my
day you
business.
would.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
You
tell you
said
Sid.
the
about
other
Thank you,
day you
Dubai.
Sid.
would.
Back me up on this.
Man,
Sometimes
I
my
tell you,
business ain't your business.
Oh, okay.
So don't be asking me that what I'm doing. Could I have my business to myself sometime?
I know that's right.
that's it. Tell them niggas that some things ain't none of your business.
I'll think of. I mean, my Dubai stories are. I was not doing a Natalie Nunn in Dubai, you guys, but I mean, I can tell you about some stuff that I experienced in Dubai. Okay, where you
We
at?
never.
Hmm? You what? You were
Sin.
saying you never alleged
Oh, I'm
that?
sorry.
People have alleged it, and his name is Cromartie. So
Escrow Marty.
where you guys at on this story, y'all? Hey
I
Sebastian.
came up because Kobe, I
Hey
usually agree with
everyone.
Kobe. And I feel like we're disconnected today.
Which story? Which story do you guys are you asking how I feel about which one?
Either one. We talked about Tasha K and Ricky Martin dating his
Okay,
nephew.
I'm a Tasha K fan. Okay, I'm a Tasha K fan, but I'll call you out when you're wrong, and she's clearly in the wrong in all of this. So what's happening to her is her karma, I believe. It's her, because there's certain things you can't be saying with your mouth. And look how you have a banner. She doesn't have a banner when she started to spread her stuff. So Tasha K, just you might as well just
Y'all,
leave the country. You might as well just leave the country, Tasha.
for you guys who don't know, Sebastian used to be the nicest, sweetest guy. He used to just come with the facts. He has been around my channel for a few months now, and now he's shady. I don't know if we're ever gonna get the old Sebastian back.
The old Sebastian is gone.
No,
Let
I'm
that
still
go.
here.
He
I'm still
he
nice.
he even cursed one time, and I said, "Whoa, wouldn't it?"
The doctor
Okay,
curse? The doctor curse? That's like
I'm not
Claire
a
Huxtable
doctor.
cursing.
I'm not a doctor.
where you at,
Yeah.
Alma's mom? I know you were chomping at the bit.
I know it was Kobe that set me off. I was trying to mind my business. I really was. And then I said, you know what? I'm not in a good mood, so I really don't even need to have a conversation with somebody. But then I said, you know what? Because I'm not in a good mood, I got time today. So, Kobe,
Okay.
I'm looking
Damn.
for a victim, and I guess you it. Okay.
Okay.
So, you up here talking like a whole bunch of nonsense, right? Let's go back to how you started with Cardi B.
Mm,
You had a whole bunch of sly, shady stuff to say about her past, and that was supposedly the reason why it was okay for Tasha to do whatever she did. But guess what? She was found that none of that matters, and Tasha got to give her $4 million. That whole case was about letting people know you got to watch your mouth. You can't just go around saying what you want to say. Don't worry
mhm.
about what I did in my past. Don't worry about who I offended. Don't worry about this. If somebody want to check me for that, let them check me for that. But if they didn't, I decided today I want to check her. So Tasha K got checked, and now she needs the right to check, and
Yep.
by any means necessary.
Oh, wow.
Agreed 100%.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, I do not agree at all. I mean, I think at the end of the
Hmm.
day, people will use your past against you as public record. She made videos talking about how she drugged men and things like that. And people just will
That
Heard it
is
ignore
all.
true.
factual
Heard it
That is
all.
evidence.
true.
Listen, we
People
don't.
do
We
use
heard it all.
your
And
past.
guess what? The 12 members of the jury, they heard it all too. And guess what? They still sided with her, and she won her case. So all that's irrelevant. At the end of the day, it makes
No,
no
it doesn't.
difference.
Doesn't. I mean, the jurors sided with Zimmerman. That doesn't mean he was correct. I mean, jurors uh, make false decisions or incorrect decisions all the time, and
What?
so do judges.
Bruh.
The point that you're saying,
Bruh.
the point that, no, I'm just making an
It's
example.
about to be a
An,
handicap
a
situation. Autumn,
judge
you want to go
or
next?
jury make incorrect decisions all the time. It's not Bible just because 12 people who may not even be a member of that person's peer group made a decision. That's all I'm
They
saying.
have to agree before they get to a decision. They can't. If one person cannot be like, "Oh, I don't believe this," then it becomes like, doesn't that be? Isn't that a case where it's a mistrial? So the fact that all people agreed that Cardi B was in the right and won her defamation case should tell you that despite what they feel about her personal characteristics, she presented a case that had the facts that what Tasha K was saying and doing on her channel defame was oh, I can't even say the word.
Defamation.
Thank
Hmm.
you. Defamation towards her, and that's why she won. Like I'm confused. I'm confused.
I'm split in the middle in this situation. I do kind of agree with Kobe, but I have to side. I have to side more with Autumn because they did prove defamation. But Cardi has admitted to doing so many weird things, things that if I have admitted to, I would be behind bars. If I admitted
Hmm.
to what she has admitted to, I would be behind bars. But she's able to walk the earth like it's nothing.
Because you know why? Because whoever she did wrong to, they need to take that up and take her to court for that. And if she loses those cases, so be it. It's separate incidences, separate cases. This case against Tasha K was
Was it?
proven and she won.
I agree
Period.
100%. I agree
Hmm.
100%. I am a Tasha K fan, but she does do some stuff that are questionable, and she must be held accountable for certain of her actions.
Can I
Really
ask a
be I really be I dropped the link for you. What were you saying?
Can I ask the question? Ask a question. Just what Sebastian and what Autumn's moms just said. So, where is the line, kind of, for people who are in the gossip space where they are telling people's business? Where do you think is I think a line that's applicable for everyone? And if you cross it, then you have to deal with the consequences of that.
It's
First of
called the
all,
truth. It's
it's
called the truth.
it's on
Once
it,
you start lying, that's the problem. Now, if Tasha K would have told her business and it was true business, business that was not untrue,
lies.
exactly. Thank you. If it wasn't a lie, then that's where the problem comes in at. You can tell all of somebody's business as long as it's the truth. As soon as you start telling lies, which means don't just tell rumors that you don't know whether they're true or false. You have to only tell what you know to be true. That's why Wendy got away with as much as she did, because a lot of celebrities didn't come up and debunk what she had out there against them because they either A, didn't want to have to take the time to do it, or B, it probably was true.
And they were mostly scared. Most of them were scared of what she could say because she had
Correct?
facts. She brought out a fact.
Exactly.
But let's not
Really,
pretend
Exactly.
like Tasha
really.
made this all up. She saw something near her mouth. She thought she saw something. She had a picture of it. Everyone, all the blogs saw that same picture. Let's go back to when it actually happened. So she saw that little dot, and looking at her past and the things she's admitted to on tape about drugging men, her line of work, gang
That's an
membership, all
assumption,
these
and
things. So what
obviously it
I'm
was an
saying,
No,
if
assumption.
you
that
add
is
it up
true.
together with the bump, it's reasonable to believe what the conclusion that Tasha came to. You saw
I'm
something.
siding. I'm
Anytime I see
siding with
anything
you.
around anybody's mouth, think I get suspect with them. You know
I'm
what I
But
mean?
guess
siding.
That's why
what?
people.
I'm
What?
siding.
Hey, let's
I'm
keep it real. If
siding.
you see a
Really?
bump
Hold
around
on,
somebody's
really,
mouth, what do you think it is? Like,
I'm
I'm
really,
not
really
saying
siding.
it
quickly.
is,
Really,
but
well, guys, really, really quickly. I got my YouTube buddy. She wants to come in for a minute. Does anybody mind dropping down for a
I'll
minute?
drop down. I'll
Oh,
drop
No,
wait,
down.
where you going,
Colby, hold on.
Kobe?
What?
Nope.
Okay,
Hold,
Kobe's not
I'll
dropping
stay.
down.
Okay,
We
because
need
I want the smoke
hold
though. You
on.
know,
Just
I'm
because
like, where
people
you
are talking
going,
directly, well,
Kobe?
no, just because people are talking directly to you, and I want to give you an ability to respond. And does anybody mind? 246. I think somebody did drop down. So come on up, really BTV. I dropped the link. So I can't. But were you talking Ronald's mom or were you talking Colby? Who was talking?
It was Kobe. I think he was talking about the cold sore. I want to respond to that.
Oh,
Um.
remember, don't say the H word. That's one of those
Oh,
buzzwords.
the H word is one of. Oh, okay. Okay. So cold sores are the H word. Okay. There's two types of H's. There's one and two. The cold sore is one. So I'm sorry. I'm siding with Tasha K on that situation. Yes,
exactly.
Cardi did have H.
Hey, really B.
Hey y'all! First of all, thank you to the person that dropped off so I could come up. I really appreciate. You didn't have to do that. I feel bad
No, no,
now
no. We
that
no. We
somebody
this
dropped off.
this this channel. We let everybody get a turn, especially when tempers are flaring and things are hot. Colby incited some people, and we like it. We like good debate because nobody's necessarily right or wrong. It's just their opinion. So where you at?
Yeah, it's just a debate. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents in on the whole Tasha K Cardi B situation, and I think because this happens on my channel too. I think people get caught up in who they like and who they don't like instead of like what the facts are and what the facts aren't. So Tasha K, first of all, if Tasha K had just took the videos down once she found out that the information wasn't true, even if she really honestly believed that those things were facts, when it was proven or when she was told, listen, that's not true, that didn't happen, she doubled down. And it was like her arrogance would not allow her to back down. And so that was part of it. It wasn't just that she said it. It was that once she was, Cardi B reached out to her behind the scenes and asked her, "Listen, that's information is not true. Can you take it down?" That interview with Star Marie was
Mm.
very inflammatory, and that's where a lot of it started. And so Tasha K has gotten away with a lot of comments and statements that she's made because a lot of times she does say allegedly, but for whatever reason with Cardi B, it got personal, and she was just like, no, like it. I know it's true. Like even now, she still insists that Cardi B has herpes. She still insists.
Don't say that word.
I'm sorry. She still insists that Cardi B has an STD. And what people have to understand is they're different complexes of that. So it's just it frustrates me when I hear people be like, "Well, she Cardi B's behavior." Listen, Cardi B could be the biggest hoe out here and admit to being the biggest hoe out here. It doesn't change the
Mhm.
fact that what Tasha K said about her was not true. And she
Absolutely.
proved it in court that it was not true.
The judge did say once he saw the results from her test. I'm sorry, Lisa, I had you muted. The judge did say once he saw the results from the test that it would in no way help Tasha K's case. So that was him letting the public know that her results came back negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you trying to say, Lisa? I'm sorry, I just have you
Now
muted sometimes because of
I
the.
would disagree with really BTV. I
Hmm.
mean, it's the truth. I mean, it does not matter what she did in her past, and Anna mom said the right thing too. It does not matter. It's what you can prove in court, and she proved her point in court. And plus, she had the STD results came out. I did not. She did not have no STD. So you know what I'm saying. So she got what she deserved. Like I said before, you cannot go out here and say we think you can say whatever you want to.
That's
I
true.
don't care.
That's
I
true.
mean, even big shows like The View, The Talk and stuff. They say allegedly.
And they've had to come back and they've had to give retractions. They've had to
Yep.
come back and say, hey, what we said was incorrect. We have
Yep.
to fix that. And
Especially
that's
Whoopi.
right. And that's the thing that I feel like Tasha K wouldn't do. And I don't know. I just don't know what it was about Cardi B that got under her skin that she wouldn't back down. I don't know. She just wouldn't. And that part for the guy that was up here, I don't know his name. I'm not being disrespectful. The
Kobe.
guy that was up here that he was talking about the part that where Cardi B admitted to drugging guys and having money for
Mhm.
sex. That part of the lawsuit did get thrown out because the judge said, "Well, you admitted that you did it." The part where Tasha K called her a prostitute, that part got thrown out because the judge said, "Well, you went online and you admitted that you had sex for money. That's technically the definition." So that's not part of what Tasha K got found liable for. That part was thrown out.
I think there's a little, and I don't want to speak for Colby. He did drop down. But I think what Colby is saying is, as a black man, he doesn't always feel protected. I think that's
Mhm.
really what it boils down to.
Join the club. Join like cry me a river at this point because no,
What?
no, seriously, come on, black men, black women, us human beings, like period, we all feel the same way. They don't discriminate. They lie about everybody, and it's not right. I'm not saying it's right. If anything, this case should tell and teach people to watch your mouth. You can't go around saying whatever you want about people, and people should be more careful with whatever they out here saying against everybody. But miss me with the black man is not protected stuff, please. Not today.
But
I
I
Please.
don't.
mean, hold on. Now, as a black man, I can tell you that I don't always feel protected. And conversely, Autumn's mom, if you were on a panel and one of the panel members said, as a black woman, I don't feel protected, and a man said to that woman, cry me a river, it would be a
Hmm.
whole different kind of conversation, right?
Yup.
I'm
In
saying
all
the same
fairness.
thing right now for everybody. Cry me a river. Whether you a black man, a black woman, a green man, a yellow man. We all in this together at this point. We all get treated unfairly at some point for different things. So
Yeah.
to keep trying to say it's a black thing, it's a white thing, it's a female thing, it's a that thing, to me, in this instance, in this case, this has nothing
Hmm.
to do with that. But people want to bring that out. Like that had nothing to do with this. This was about two women. How all of a sudden the black man feels unprotected get into this conversation. That's why I'm
I'm
saying.
I can't. I mean, again, I'm not Kobe. I can't remember everything he said. I was just giving you kind of like the gist of what maybe some of his frustrations were.
Right.
We as black
I
people
get it.
know that
I'm frustrated too.
we as black people know that we are not protected. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up because at one point it was really bad. I talked about the pink pill sector and the red pill
Hmm.
cotton, and I wanted to do a conversation about it because there needs to be some way to bridge the gap, especially like
Mm.
with the. I don't want there to be a war. You know what I mean? I feel
Right.
like there is a slight war going on with, you know, protect the black woman, protect the black man. And in all honesty, we should be protecting each other because
Correct.
we aren't protected by the world as a whole. But that, I mean,
True.
that could be a topic that we do on this channel
But
one day.
our race always struggled with unifying. We've always struggled with being unified, even going all the way back
I don't.
to the beginning of slavery. Like it was Africans who allowed the white man to come get the slaves for things like ammunition and like goods. They actually traded people for items.
Weapons.
So yeah, for weapons. So it's in our history, unfortunately, that blacks, we've always struggled to unify and come together as one. This is
I
nothing new.
Yeah, that's true too. That is so much true.
No,
That is
that is
true.
definitely true.
That is true,
And
and it
YouTube is a big.
White
I was
people
gonna say
plant
YouTube
everything.
is a good
Like,
case of it because almost every day on every channel you go to, I see examples of what I feel is like crabs in the barrel mentality. People will tear down specific people for whatever, just tear them down over and over and over again, or say things you don't even realize. Even when you're talking something light about the housewives and say, well, this housewife should be fired, or because of this, that, and the third. It's usually us talking
Yeah,
about they're not entertaining, but why are they less entertaining than the
right.
next person? We don't give people
A
enough grace,
chance
enough chance, and we critique them on a whole different level than other
than
people critique
others.
their people. It's
Hmm.
sad. It's really sad
Yes,
to watch. That's why I said,
I,
so for then to come into this conversation and be like, I'm a victim, we all a victim and we victimize
yeah.
people every single day.
For
I,
sure, like in the
I
Middle Eastern community. I'm sorry, Sebastian. I'll just be
okay,
1 minute and I'll be done.
no
Like
problem.
in the Middle Eastern community, they have a lot of entrepreneurs. They own businesses, and they'll get married. Like if they own a banquet hall, I'm in an area where there's a large Middle Eastern community. Someone uncle could own a banquet hall. They will get married on a Tuesday night just so they can support their relative who owns that reception hall. But I feel like in the black race, we'll complain about someone who we know is a business owner. We're going to try and find a way to tear down their business and give them a hard time. It's just so sad. It's like a major weakness that goes back to the beginning of slavery. That's how they were able to get away with it. I don't know how we can overcome it either.
Are you
Yeah.
saying it's kind of like that old adage of "I want you to do well, but not necessarily better than me"?
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, I feel that.
Amen.
What were you saying, Sebastian?
I was saying something. I think it's a cultural thing because, like, it depends on where on the world you are. Africans, they stay united with each other. Black Caribbeans stay united with each other. And in America, Black people in America, that's where the division comes from. Like, they're quick to the let's be better than this one. Oh,
Yeah.
he's higher than me. I have to achieve something higher than him. It becomes a whole
Hmm.
competition thing. And that's why when we look at the statistics, the Black Americans who are succeeding are the ones from immigrant populations and not the ones that are actually born here,
Born
raised
here.
here, or have generations here. So like
Interesting point,
maybe that's
Sebastian.
why.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
necessarily
I was gonna say
completely
that's not
true?
necessarily
Because
but
true. Yeah.
I know the black woman is the fastest growing college graduate of
They're the
any
of
highest.
any
race.
race, the
Yeah.
black woman is one of the
but
most educated individuals.
Hmm.
So many black women have master's degrees, and lots of black
Doctorate.
That is
women
true.
are entrepreneurs. So yeah, but that's very interesting that you say that though, Sebastian. But it's something that's just innate. It's
I didn't say that. I didn't say they sold our people.
huh? Africans
so
do not. You
can I
just said
say
it's huh?
okay? So can I say something? I want us. Okay, this is a history teacher speaking, and so I'm sorry, but I don't want us to have a romanticized view of what happens in other countries and how other people. I think we have to stop making Africa one place. Africa is a continent full of
Yes,
countries.
it is full of countries.
And even within those countries, you have tribes. You have people that still identify with their tribal family. And it is not always we are always stick together. We all come together. You can talk to somebody who's from Nigeria and they might not have anything nice to say about people who are from Ghana. They do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing even when we go back to slavery. It's the same concept. It wasn't, oh well, Africans were just selling each other to the white man, and they were tribes that were at war that didn't they these were their enemies. They didn't see them as black people. We weren't all one big happy family in Africa against the white man. That concept didn't exist until later. It was, I'm a part of this tribe and they're a part of that tribe and we're at war. They didn't sell their own people, they sold their enemies. These were
Exactly.
people who were already prisoners of war. These are people who were already their slaves. Slavery existed in Africa. So in their mind, they weren't selling their people, they were selling their enemies. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I'm not saying that, you shouldn't be selling anybody, but I just don't want us to look at it like, oh, they didn't do that. No, it wasn't that concept that we look at it now. It's real easy for us to look back now and say, oh, they were selling other Africans, but they weren't all one big happy family.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing now. I think a lot of times, unfortunately, Black Americans have the mentality that we have because there weren't a lot of spaces at the top. So white America created the crabs in the barrel because there was only, listen, you only had one. Even today, it's still very prevalent. You can only have one black blockbuster actress or actress at a time. I mean, for how long was it Denzel Washington? If there was gonna be somebody, it was gonna be Denzel. If there was gonna be somebody, it was gonna be Sidney Poitier. Like
Hmm.
you didn't generally have multiple. Whereas in white America, in white Hollywood, we had how many leading men for every one leading black man? So I think American culture created the crabs in a barrel mentality.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
consumerism. I saw this
Oh yeah,
YouTube video
definitely.
where in like the 50s they actually had videos made for salesmen to target black populations because as black people were able to go to school and prosper, they spent a lot of money. So they said, even though we don't like these people, we will train our salesmen to make them believe that they will be closer to white if they drive a Cadillac per se, or if they have a certain type of furniture in their home. And there's actual videos that you can Google this, and it's how to sell to what did they call us back then? It wasn't blacks, the Negro.
The
Hmm.
How to
colors.
sell to the Negro in colors. It was really disgusting, and but you know what? It resonated with people because look at the movie Dreamgirls, that song "I Want a Cadillac."
Hmm.
Y'all remember? Like these things really happened, and I think that
Yeah.
even in apartheid, didn't they use America as a reference point to separate the people in Africa through apartheid? Like, didn't
Mm.
they study the way that slave owners trained their slaves as a way to? Wasn't that implemented in apartheid? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
I'm
Tottie's
sure it
also
was. I'm
in
sure it was because you got to remember the slave trade. I mean, it came out of. I mean, those were European traders. Like, I mean, because America came from Europe. So, I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure the blueprint was laid.
Y'all, we have gone way off topic.
I know.
This is a great topic. I am really enjoying this, but we are way off topic. So we're gonna go ahead and close out here. But this might be one of those topics that if you guys want to have it, put in the chat. We can definitely have the Really D's and the Cotties and the Sebastians and the Ebonies and the Autumn's moms and the Smokes and the Lisas up here again for an actual conversation about just black people, being black people, and how great we are. Even if we don't necessarily agree on things, these conversations are very important to have. So, does anybody want to close out about the Ricky Martin
I
and
want to
his
close out
nephew?
about the Ricky Martin situation.
Okay.
Okay, I agree with the nephew. I 100% think that the nephew's right because of that boy band he was part of. Most of those boys who were part of that boy band, Menudo, most of them have been SA'd in that boy band by the
Oh.
manager, I believe. And as you know, most SA survivors, there's a high percentage of them becoming the SAers.
Hmm.
So I do think he did do this to the nephew. Should he serve time? Absolutely. There should be no exceptions. I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. You did the crime, do the time. And is he ever gonna get a job again? Of course he will. He will definitely get a job again. Look at Jussie Smollett who got a job already. You have He'll definitely get a job again in Hollywood or whatever. So
With
yes,
that voice?
Oh, don't come for Jamal Lyons. How dare you? How dare you? That is my baby.
Sorry.
well
Continue.
your baby messed up and created a whole lie, okay? So it doesn't matter.
Jesse innocent. Jesse's innocent.
Oh.
Oh Lord, here
Come
we
on
go.
now. Come on now.
Okay, now here we go.
Here we go.
Now I ain't even trying to start that conversation, but that's how I feel
So
though.
I do think that there's also a classism. It's not only racism in her, there's classism. So
Mm,
Ricky Martin will most likely, he'll probably not get 50 years. He'll probably get like a good 10, 12 maybe.
five.
He could get those five if he has great attorneys. He could get five. That's the lowest he'll get.
That's if this even goes to court. I don't even think this makes it to court.
It
You
probably
think?
will.
It goes to court next week on the 21st.
No, I'm talking about like when I say I don't mean like his preliminary. I'm talking about like trial. Like how did that come? That came up kind of quick, right? No.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's raining for Ricky Martin right now because not only did this happen, he's also being sued by his manager for 3 million
Yep.
Oh,
of
okay,
unpaid
okay.
commission. So everybody's trying to
Ooh.
get theirs
Oh,
before the well runs dry. So I got a
got
super
you,
chat.
got you.
Isada wants to know. Oh, thank you for being a new subscriber. They want to know what's our favorite Ricky Martin song. I'm not gonna lie, I only know "Living La Vida Loca."
Oh God.
I
Oh
only
no.
know Living La Vida Loca as
That's
well.
I,
that's
I
That's
that's
the
all
only
I
one I
know.
know. And
don't he
really,
has one that's called "Shake Your Bomb Bomb," "Shake Your Bomb Bomb," "Shake Your Bomb Bomb
Oh yes, that's
Bomb."
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah,
I wanna
yeah.
be
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah. Check the
lady.
bum bum and Rica La Loca.
I know.
Cause I love him. He shake his hips, honey. Ooh, baby, I
Whose
love when he shake
vibrator
his
is
hips,
that?
honey.
really don't care.
Who's
Who
I
vibrates
vibrating?
mean,
it?
that's how I feel. I mean, he's a very good looking man. So, I mean, I hope it's not true. I'm really hoping it's not true. But if it's true, baby, go shake hands with R. Kelly, baby. Okay, and y'all have a damn good life in
Ricky
prison.
Martin would make one hell of a prison choir director. I won't
I
lie.
would only find chocolate to be sexy.
Well, I'm in the process right now of I just started watching tonight the documentary that came on HBO Max on Menudo. Um
Ooh,
yeah, I just watched part one. I'm actually going to watch part two when I get off of
how
here.
is
It's like
it?
so far so good, but it gets into like how Menudo started and it's going to get into the
I'll say.
allegations and
Hmm.
yeah, it's going to get into all of that. And from my understanding, I haven't seen it, but from my understanding, Ricky Martin does not they don't his former bandmates don't have nice things to say about him. So
And mind
I don't
you, in Menudo, as soon as you hit 15, 15, I
16
believe,
yeah.
16,
They get
Mm,
kicked
they
out.
kick you out.
yeah. I remember look, I'm old enough to remember Menudo. I
Me
went
Thank
in
you
too. I
like
so
in their
much.
remember
heyday.
Luna girl because I
If
thought
you
they was good looking kids.
Yeah,
What
they
Thank
was
you.
it?
paid that.
What's the
I remember
name of
Menudo.
Hold on one
that
second. I'm sorry, guys.
documentary?
Stolen
Really,
that.
really quickly. Thank you so much for the super chat, Shay. I thank you for supporting my channel. What were you saying, Arms Mom?
I was asking what was the name of the documentary because I did hear about it and I heard that
Um,
it was excellent. I'd like to check it out myself.
it's called Menudo Forever Young, and it's on HBO Max.
That
Okay,
just
thank
sounds
you.
disturbing.
It sounds.
Muna
It is
forever young.
disturbing. It is disturbing. It very
Listen,
Mhm.
I
is.
only looked at the first episode, and I'm already like,
You know.
mm.
You know who I wonder? I wonder how, because Adrienne Bailon was discovered by Ricky Martin, so I wonder how she's feeling right now.
Right.
I
Conflicted.
thought
She
she
ain't
was
gonna say
in.
nothing.
I thought she was in 3LW. That's
Exactly,
how.
she was discovered by Ricky Martin
Oh,
at
I didn't know
church.
that.
I didn't know that either. Wow. Okay.
You know what? At this point, I don't put anything past anybody, but I will say anybody could be accused of doing anything. So
That's
I'm
Right.
going
true.
to reserve
That's
judgment
true.
until more facts come out
I
and
agree.
see exactly what how things play out
I
because
agree.
yeah, anything could be possible. So I'm just gonna wait and see. Cause just cause he's cute, Lisa, don't mean that he can't be, a despicable human being. But just because someone accuses you of something doesn't actually mean that it actually
True.
happened the way that they
That's not
said.
that's
So
not what she
we'll
was
see.
saying. She was saying she liked Menudo. She thought that the little boys in Menudo were cute, like back when she was younger. That's what she was saying. The cute part came
Oh,
from.
okay.
Right. But
I
how
thought
you
she
when
Um,
you
was
think
saying
of
that he was a fine man, and she was hoping that because he was a fine man that he didn't do it.
well, I mean, you can hope. You know what I'm saying? You can hope.
Oh,
I
Well,
mean,
But
hold on one
I
second.
do think. I mean,
Hold on
I
one
do
second,
think he.
Lisa.
he
Hold on
I
one
mean,
second. Is it a thank you so much for the super chat. They say my favorite song is She's All I Ever Had by Ricky Martin. I
I
think I
never
actually
heard that.
do I think I do remember that and a Christina Aguilera song, but I wasn't like a Ricky Martin fan. So I wasn't like jamming Ricky Martin in my car. I mean, he was like one of those people where you kind of get annoyed because the radio played his stuff back to back to back to back when
A
he
yes.
was
huge
hot.
pop singer
Yeah, it was like Ricky Martin was everywhere. But
commercial.
okay, what's your response, Lisa? And then we gotta have to
my
close out,
thing
guys.
of it. I mean, just like I said. I mean, yeah, I do think he's a fine man, but like I said, and if he did do this, like you said, Mom, you want I want all the facts to come out, then I make my judgment.
Mhm.
If he
Mhm.
did do, but if he did do, he need to go to jail right along with R. Kelly. He needs to be the same cell
Oh
block as R.
my.
Kelly. He need to shake hands.
She is not mediocre. She was a host on The Real. That won an
Trent,
Emmy.
Trent said if Ricky Martin did discover Adrian, then he has an eye for mediocrity. I'm done.
Oh, that's so wrong to
oh,
say. That's
damn.
so
What?
wrong.
I haven't forgiven her for throwing that chicken
The
wing at that
Tory.
girl.
Yeah.
She threw
That
a
wasn't
chicken
her. That was
wing
the
at
other
her.
girl. That was the other girl that threw
Whatever.
the
She
chicken.
laughed. She probably egged her on.
Whatever. Adrian is going through so much. You know, Adrian, her husband was affiliated with Hillsong, and everyone
Yeah.
who's been affiliated with Hillsong, for some reason, they're all just dropping. Weird things are happening to them. Justin Bieber's one of them. Weird things are happening to him. I don't know what's gonna happen to Adrian.
Didn't they both cheat on their spouses to get with each other?
I
I
think
think
so. Yeah, Israel Houghton, he was married before. He's got like 4 kids. So, oh, I hope he
Really? Oh,
didn't
I didn't
cheat
know
on his wife
that.
with
And
her.
they used to hang out. They all knew each other. Both the couples used to hang out, and now they're together. I
mm,
wonder if he'll stay with her now that she don't have a job.
I don't know. He's from Detroit. He's from the gospel group Commission, like with Fred Hammond. So that's his whole
Okay.
background before he
Yeah,
started.
because he used to sing. He used to sing with Pastor Joel Osteen.
oh,
Oh,
So,
wow.
oh,
Yeah.
that explains a lot. Um, I want to
but
sound
yeah,
real
we do
funny
have to close. Yeah, and after that, Sebastian, we got to close out
on
and
Ty Don.
hit the like, people.
Ty Don. You see Ty
Yes, hit
Don?
the like button.
Ty Don. T.I.'s son, Ty Don. I'm gonna say something.
Is that a
CPS
comment?
is not doing their job. Okay, CPS does not do their job correctly. How in hell are we allowing Ti and Tiny to raise kids after all these things have come out about them? I'm sorry. This is not right. CPS does not do their job right.
CPS probably has a backlog. I'm pretty sure they're kind of busy, period.
Well, I mean, we don't know.
Why
Hold
would
on.
they
Now,
show
in
up?
all fairness, we don't know. They could be the best parents and just have a very, out there type sexual life that the kids will never be around or see. It's not like you ever heard that they beat their kids or they, except for that thing where he wanted to make sure his
Check.
daughter was a virgin. That was
Mhm.
really disgusting to me. Um, and I was
How would he
actually,
do that unless he? Oh,
he went to the doctor with her and wanted to make sure that she still had, you
Her
know,
hymen intact.
and so
Well,
yeah, that's disgusting. But outside of that, I've never heard of anything where Tiny and Ti were bad parents or mistreated their children.
if
In
they were
all
good
fairness,
kids,
Right.
if they were good
well,
parents, their
Mims,
kids would
you
be.
don't remember when he allowed his son to go online and smoke the
Exactly.
ganja
Yep.
like at 14
no,
years old?
I
Yes,
don't
Like,
follow
I
them.
remember that
yeah, I
all.
was about to say he and laughed about it and thought it was cute at 14 years old for his son to be on live doing that.
Yep.
Like they've
It's
had a lot of suspect parenting qualities over the years, but not. I mean, I'm not saying that they
it's
reached the
not
level
like
of CPS involvement or
it's
anything
not
like
like
that.
Boosie. If Boosie still has his kids and he's buying prostitutes for his
Yeah,
13-year-old
yeah.
Right.
son and nephew, I
Yeah.
mean, I not saying that allowing your kid to smoke is great. I'm just saying I personally did not know that, and I mean, I think kids who are actually like abused should be taken out of the home. I think certain things that you do, maybe CBS can tap you on the hand and say you need to take a class on being a better parent and work not to just remove kids. Because
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they reached the level of CPS involvement, but they definitely had suspect parents and abilities over the years that made people raise eyebrows on what they were allowing their children to do. And that's why when King's out here acting a whole ass, nobody's surprised because over the years when we seen him on the TV show, it was, obvious he was going to be a problem when he grew up. And
and
now
he
he's a
looked
problem when he
and
grew up.
he looked just like his mama.
That's true.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like a compliment, Mims.
I just said a fact.
Okay.
Mm.
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 All I
Well,
said
on
was he
that
looked
note,
like his mama. What?
Mm.
on that note,
It's not like I call him Dennis with a bow.
Mims is like, I was about to say, Mims, you're giving me very much Eva Pickford from Top Model and Housewives. You don't be owning your shade enough.
All I said was right. He precious. Uh, Precious. I'm hungry. In the words of Raul, I mean, in the words of Gabor. Thank you guys for coming. We're definitely gonna do Beverly Hills. Um, you guys, I have actually reached out to the woman who alleged that Mauricio was one of her clients.
Oh Jesus
a
We're
client.
conversing
Ooh.
back and forth. If she doesn't give me the go ahead before the season is over to interview her, then I'm just gonna give you guys as much of the details in the story as I have. But
Oh
um,
Lord.
she has responded to me, so that's a good first step in an
Oh,
interview
sick is
process.
looking now.
Also,
Great
I've
job,
been
Mims.
now she hadn't given me the interview yet. Hopefully she doesn't see this because she follows me now. Also, I think I might want to do a book reading of that book that exposed Kathy Hilton.
Oh,
Can you guys put in the chat if that's something that you would want me to do a book reading on?
Oh, that would be fun.
what? Diamonds and rose thing.
Mm.
No, 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 no. It was the book where the Hiltons were exposed.
Oh, of
Like
how like they raised Paris.
how Kathy got her husband, how Kim was married to a millionaire and then left him or started sleeping with a billionaire's son
Oh,
because the millionaire didn't have enough money. I mean, do
Is that
y'all
also is that the same book where they get into basically why Kim has the problems that she has because basically her mama pimped her out for
Yes.
Hollywood?
Yes.
Okay, listen, tell me the name of the book. I'll read it. I'm down because I've been seeing a lot of like TikTok clips about the book. Um,
It's called House of Hilton.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
Oh,
I'm down for it. I'm down for it. What I mean by pimp her out, I mean like she was a child star, and basically her mom allowed her to just, again, we look back on things now that happened in the 60s and 70s that would never happen today, as far as
never.
kids being, kids. I mean, even Menudo, but as far as kids being protected, and they just talked about the reason why Kim has so many like substance abuse issues because a lot of things happened to her, and her mother didn't protect her. Her mother was basically like, "You're the breadwinner. You're taking care of the family, and so what that this director wants to have a meeting with you by himself. Go ahead and smile pretty." It was, that's what I mean by that. I don't mean like her
while
mother
she was
literally,
drunk at the Beverly Hills Hotel every day and
right.
was married
That's
four
what I
times.
mean. Yeah.
Good, you guys. I got a yes. I'm gonna go ahead and order this expensive book because I think it's like the cheapest one is $50 unless you get it on a
Ooh,
Kindle, and I like to actually flip pages.
yeah. I like to
So
That's
turn
me.
pages. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and order the book, and we can do some book readings of this
Yeah,
book. And y'all, I don't want to say pray for my interview, but send some positive energy to this woman
Yes.
so that she will give us the
We
details.
want Mims to
You're gonna
grow.
get it, Mim. She'll talk to
It
you.
Get
and
it.
she is trans, so
Okay.
Wow.
um
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
she has
that's
a
Wait.
interesting.
she has a story to tell. So
You're
yeah,
Oh,
gonna
this is
get
definitely
it.
interesting. Okay, I'm down for that.
That is
You know what? I
definitely
might.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Is she
Look,
gonna
I might
allow
have to.
questions?
no, I don't know about all that. Now that Nene's baby mama's son interview, she was with the shits, so she allowed that. I don't know. I do have another side note, another trans person who has like more of a heart tugging story.
Mm.
About
That I
Mauricio?
not about Mauricio, just
Oh,
about like life and the streets and stuff like that, and then
Mm.
getting out of that life that I'm really interested in. But that will be a chat I have with my members on a members only live to see if that's something that you guys want to go. Because I got a lot of DMs about that deeply personal video that I did the other day. A lot of people said they couldn't finish it. They watched it in sections. A lot of people cried. We had Lisa who
Yeah.
shared
It
some
was emotional.
very heartfelt, touching stuff. But I want to give you guys a well-rounded channel. So we have to go because it's been almost 2 hours. This conversation has flowed. I want to thank everybody who has been up here. Colby, you lit this conversation on fire. You are
yes,
always
you
welcome
did.
on
Mm.
this
Yes,
channel.
Kobe.
And that is it, you guys. We got to go. Bye,
All
everybody.
right.
Bye,
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks
Good
again for
night.
letting me
Good
up.
night.
And
Good
my
night.
business is my business is my business.